Belgium Grand Prix was held in 1925 and was designated the European Grand Prix 6 times between 1925 and 1973, when this title was an honorary award given each year to one Grand Prix circuit in Europe. Spa's own layout is a great example of the lack of safety considerations and requirements of the time. It was, and is still used as a public road. Like one or two bales of hay, the circuit remained unchanged on a race weekend. Spa has been notably absent from the F1 calendar on a number of occasions throughout the years. In 2006, Spa was crossed after event organisers went bankrupt for circuit improvements.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 6 of DTR Division 7. I'm Havoc Connor, and we are here at Spa this evening for the start of another wonderful week of league racing that we've got going on.
Unofficially known as Speaker's Corner, was officially named after legendary Belgian driver Jack Hicks in 2018.
Personally excited about this weekend, week, as Spa's one of my favourite tracks, so I'm hoping I can go well later on. But we've got 16 drivers in D2 to watch tonight, so should be a very good time as we're starting to see drivers coming out onto the track.
Spa demands extreme concentration and skill from all drivers. Keep a close eye on the action around the Rouge and Blanchiment. Get good speed.
Got a couple out on mediums to start out laps and whatnot. A few reserves to make note of. Both the Astons and both the Mercedes are reserving this evening. In Maridako Lux, who has done very well in qualifying sessions gone by, but the race has been a relatively different story. I think you'd admit. As well as Relly and Guna, who always seem to do relatively well in Division 2 when they reserve. So it'd be interesting to see what they can muster up. Oh, and Kai's spun it on his outlap. I would imagine he's got caught on the curb and it spun him, but couldn't be sure. But speaking of reserves, as well as the aforementioned guys, we've also got Evan in the AlphaTauri and Mike in the Williams. So a fair few looking to test their mettle in Division 2 tonight. Some from a lower division, some reserving this division. As we have a few regulars that are currently absent. But who have we got first up on track then? That's not Evan, that's Nicky Lauda, so the car would be not Ricker. There he is. There's my co-commentator in crime. How are we doing, Nerdy? Hope you're well on this fine Tuesday evening, as Kai's already binned it into... Oh god, I can't remember what that car was called. Just after the Kemmel Straight anyway. Has got a caution in Sector 3 as well. That might just be a slow car though. Has anyone? No, no one's. I was just about to say. I was just about to say no one set a time, but TGL Stewart is the first across the line then, with a 43.2. Yeah, I did explain that to, well, not explain it to Kai, but I did. He did ask about you, so I let him know in D2 chat that you weren't joining me tonight. So into the 141s already with Nexton. Stuart Foxy, who's right up there fighting for the championship. I believe he's in the lead. Let me just pull the standings up to be sure. He is indeed currently leading the championship, as Lux has gone second with the 42.1. As I mentioned earlier, brilliant qualifying usually, but the race just different story entirely. But yeah, currently got Stuart Foxy leading the championship after 5 rounds with 76 points. He's amassed 2 wins and 3 total podiums, with a second coming at round 2 at Imola. Only been out of the points once so far this season with a DNF at Spain in round 3. But closely behind him in the championship, then we've got Nexton, very consistent point scorer. Only been out of the top 5 once all season. Hasn't had any DNFs yet. But just kept it consistent, consistently high points, and just slots behind Stuart Foxy in second. And then rounding out the top 3 in the championship, we've got Xavi, who's currently on an outlap. Sort of best of the rest. 30 points behind Stuart Fox currently, 146. So a race win today would obviously close the gap, but you never know. Anything can happen in these types of races. So you just have to sort of go with the flow and just see what happens. But who have we got next then? Looks setting. Is he going for another lap or setting one? I would say he's gone for another one. Just started another one. Who have we got next? That's Bossmox going through Puon. So Guda's set his first time of the night with a 1:43.0, which slides him currently into 5th. And the other 2 cars that haven't currently set a timer on an outlap. So we'll stick on board with Xavi for now, and just see how he does. Through turn 1 looks altogether pretty smooth. Down the hill up towards Rouge and Radion. And then to end sector 1, you've got the long and infamous Kemmel Straight. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying then. Sector 2, obviously the most technical sector of the track. A lot of winding, twisting, turning corners. including the aforementioned Pouon no name that Xavi's just come through, heading into Pouon. And it's looking pretty clean from Xavi so far, I have to say. Throwing it into turn 14 then. Purple sector 2, but obviously he's not set a time yet, so that's probably just him being told that because that's just what the game does. It's a little misleading at times in terms of that. Into the bus stop chicane then, and straight out of it again, up to the line. What is it going to be? It'll be a 42.7, which means he replaces Guna in the top 5. As we didn't mention it earlier, but Athanasiou throwing his Ferrari, the lone Ferrari tonight, into 3rd with a 42.353. Lux has also improved, but not quite enough to take pole position provisionally off Nexton with a 42.062. Stuart Foxy on a lap. We've got Cassell coming up to the line. Whether he stays out and completes his lap, I'm not sure. He will indeed. What's it going to be? Is it going to be an improvement? It is going to be an improvement. It's a 42.875, which slots him nicely in between Xavi and Guna in 6th position. We've got Stuart Foxy just coming to the end of sector 2. Currently almost half a second down, as Nexton comes through again and improves to a 41.7. So just stretching that gap to Lux in second to by another couple of tenths to just over 3 tenths. Nicky Lauda's improving. How much by is the question, though, as he's coming to the bus stop chicane. Rounding out of it then, up to the line, it is a 42.9, which puts him 7th. So the gap between we'll say second and last is dropping fairly considerably. Now people are getting more representative times in. We've got Ricker on a lap. Cassell's just coming to the pits. Got DK and Athanasiou in sector 2. Four tenths improvement currently, which would put him roughly a 41.9 if he didn't improve or lose any time. So looking to improve at least one position. Can he make it 2 though, as he's out of the final corner? Up to the line, it is a 41.981. So slight loss in sector 3, but still very competitive. Just roughly a quarter of a second shy to Nexton, who still holds pole position with almost 4 minutes left. I would imagine that people in the pits will be gearing up in the next minute or two to come out and start the final runs. Those that are out might be already on it, as we've got TGL Stewart just coming to the end of sector 2, but he's looks like he's aborted his lap. Pulls to the side to let the Aston Martin through of Reliot, who's on his out lap. Oh, has Stewart run out of fuel potentially? He might have done. Luckily, he's got plenty of space behind him. Ricker's on a lap, just coming through towards the end of sector 2. Afanasi will probably be heading in. Yeah, 2 seconds down on his lap. We've got Maridako coming through sector 2 as well. But looks like Boss Mots is the first one through. Merck slow on the Kemmel straight. I believe that's... Is that... No, it's not Maridako. That's Lux. But we'll stick on board with Boss Mots for now, as he's probably the next to come through, I think. Oh, Cassell's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane, okay. Bossbox comes through and improves to a 42.7, and that's the notification that Cassell's been disqualified from the session. What did... Maridako slotting in just behind his teammate Lux with a 42.100. So I'm assuming Cassell then blocked the pit lane from the exit rather than entry, by the looks of things, because we just saw him pulled to the side on the left after pit exit. That's next and just come through to start his lap. Really, it just finishing one. It's a 42.773, which puts him 7th. Is that TGL Stewart next to come through? It is. He's just starting his lap though, I think. Yeah, that's a 150. No way setting that. So Chevy just starting a lap as well. I think a lot of people are just starting the laps as it is. Afanasi's retired. I believe that's in the pits, so he's probably happy with his lap. Doesn't think he can do much more. We'll stay on board with Nexton then, as he's just exiting sector 2. Not an improvement as the timer ends for the session. So any time now will be your time. That's it. Guna sets a 143 dead. I don't think he's improved. I don't think that's an improvement. Nexton hasn't improved. Lux is coming through the end of sector 2, but we'll head on board with Reliot as he's going through the bus stop chicane. Goes into the pits. That's Stewart coming through the bus stop chicane. Has he improved? No, he hasn't. Lux has though. It's in 141.849. So improvement there from the Mercedes driver. As Javi puts it third with a 141.9. Just Stuart Foxy and Evan then. Stuart Foxy improves to a 42.4. And Evan puts it P8 just behind his teammate Nicky Lauda with a 42.708. And that is the end of qualifying. So then Nexton taking pole position puts him in a really good spot for the race in a second to continue the consistent run of form he's been on. Looks, again, another very impressive qualifying session. He'll be hoping to convert it this time. And Xavi in third in the championship, third on the road so far in qualifying today. So we've got Athanasiou, Maridako, Stuart Foxy, Nicky Lauda, Evan, Reliot, Bosmots, Mikey, Ricker, Guna, Stewart, Kai and Cassell rounding off the grid with a disqualification. Lunatic Kai not getting set a time after he binned it in qualifying. So as we quickly set up for the race then, does anyone have any predictions as to what we're going to see? Let me know while I take a quick break.
Making him the most successful driver at the start. Spa Francorchamps also hosts the Spa 24 hours and 1,000 knots of Spa races. Outside of the race reserve, it has taken you several times before the start. You could be done a similar corner on the Istanbul Park circuit.
Right then folks, sorry about that. Just had to take a quick break to get some fluid on board, prepare the old throat for the next 22 laps. So in terms of tyre choice then, we've got a bit of a smorgasbord. So we've got Xavi in third opting for the sauce, the two in front opting to go on to the medium tyre. We've also got middle of the pack, we've got Evan and Reliot both on softs as well. Bosmots in 10th, final points paying position. Only driver to try the hards. Could be interesting in terms of safety cars as to whether that pays off or not. And then further down the grid towards the back, we've got Guna and Stewart both on soft tyres, looking to push through the field from the back and use those softs to their advantage before either a safety car or obviously having to pit. Anyway, the rest that we've not currently mentioned are on the medium tyre. So majority mediums, as we've, well, or at least I've come to expect from having done multiple league races on this game now. Seems to be the mean in terms of obviously tyre wear, etc. But obviously those on different strategies will be hoping they can get off to a good start and light their tyres up especially Kai. I know he'll be disappointed about not starting not getting a lap in qualifying, should I say, as the cars are finally starting to take to their grid slots. Five red lights then, and we're underway. Seems like a very slow getaway, that. But Nexton leading into the first corner then. Xavi making a bid for second. But can we keep it clean through Eau Rouge and Radion? No damage so far. No trouble anyway so far. Oh, but there's been contact between Athanasiou and I believe that was Xavi hit the back of, and it's just caused a bit of a chain reaction there. As we see, Athanasiou dropped all the way to the back of the grid, which is not what you want to see. Dropped 12 places. Nicky Lauda making the jump from 7th to 4th, as Relly and Mikey have gained a few positions as well. But yeah, definitely the big loser out of that one is once again Athanasiou. But other than that incident just after the Kemmel, all seems fairly in order. As something's happened to Stewart, I believe. Oh no, it's just a gaggle of cars all fighting for position on lap one. As Stuart, Foxy, Maridako, Athanasiou have pit. I'm assuming they've got damage, as maybe Nicky Lauda does as well. Yep, into the pit for another wing change. You can see that left front end plate is unfortunately come off. So the bottom four all making wing changes, and I would assume they've pitted for hard tyres. Let's just have a quick look. Athanasiou's gone softs, Nicky Lauda gone mediums, but the Alpine and the Merc of Stewart and Maridako have both on hards. Nexton and Lux just probably just thankful to have not been involved in any shenanigans on the opening lap, as will Xavi as well. Mikey making up a fair amount of positions. 7 from race start. Kai's made up a few positions as well, from starting near the back. But Maridako and Athanasiou will not be particularly happy, I would have thought, having to pit on lap 1. Xavi with the fastest lap. I don't think anyone will beat that. Oh, I was just about to say I don't think anyone will beat that in free air, but Stewart has just come through with a 46.5. Like I said, looking to make those soft tyres count before he has to pit in a few laps. Oh, we've got a battle for the lead then with Nexton and Lux has taken it. On the Kemmel straight. Obviously DRS has been enabled, we're on lap 3, so using that to full effect, and has gained the place up to now. Xavi just keeping it steady around a second in terms of gap. Further down the field, then what have we got? Got Kai closing up to the back of Ricker, looking for P8. It's going to have to be a solid recovery drive from him following what happened in qualifying. Bottom four will just be looking to stick it out following the pit they had to make. Obviously, Nicky Lauda is 17 seconds to Gunnar in front, who obviously hasn't made a stop yet. So it's unfortunate what happened, but just get your head down and keep powering on. But Luxon Nexton coming through the bus stop chicane. Nexton having a little bit of a wobble. Isn't a great, but at the end of the bus stop chicane isn't a great traction zone in this game. Well, for me at least, and it seems that it caught Nexton out a little bit there, losing a little bit of time. Sorry, excuse me. Looks not sure whether he cut the curb a little bit, but so might have got warning for that as Bossmott's overtaking Mikey there for P4 as Athanasius snatches away the fastest lap from TGL Stewart with a 46.1. And Mikey's taking the position back through No Name, heading down to Puon. Then doing very well there is Mikey. Believe current D3 reserve. Well, reserve from D3 should I say, sorry. But yeah, still tight up at the top. Luxon Nexton just starting to pull away from Xavi. Almost at a 3-second gap. Bossmott's is coming to the pits early. Is that for damage? He's currently on the hard tyre, so we would have no need to pit for any other reason, I would have thought, but we'll just stick on with him and see what's going on. Just wondering if maybe he got damaged. They have got another wing ready, so that is unfortunately the case for Bossmott's. Nexton has retaken the lead from Lux as Athanasiou sets another fastest lap. Just keeping on going here. Just seemingly trading places every so often, but also stretching the gap to Xavi, who's almost 3 seconds away. And then you got Mikey a further 5.2 back roughly. Gap. Well, fields apart from this midfield pack from Reliot to Cassell, just the pack starting to spread out a little bit. But all worth it for those extra points. Obviously fighting for low points currently, 6th to 10th. But yeah, those soft runners that haven't pit already will be probably looking to pit in the next couple of laps or so, for either a medium or a hard, depending on what takes the fancy. So tight in the Middle of the pack as Lux and Nexton have once again swapped positions. Up ahead. But we'll stick on here as TGL Stewart has got the DRS on Ricker. Looking to make it 3 wide out of Kemmel. Oh, and there's been contact. Oh, Kai, Ricker and Stewart. They went 3 wide through at the end of the Kemmel straight, and Stewart the big loser there as he's lost 2 positions, sorry, to Cassell and Guna. Looked to be a very fair battle until that point, but 3 wide through that corner was never really going to work. But yeah, Lux and Nexton just in a race of their own at this point. Seemingly using each other to break away from the rest of the pack while also battling, as that gap to Xavi in third. Racing his own race comfortably, I might add. Would probably be very content with a quiet P3. I think anyone would at this point in league racing terms. But yeah, that gap just sitting at around 4 seconds. Then Mikey a further 5.5. Reliot is slowly catching up to the back of Guna. Could just about be within DRS. Oh, maybe not actually. But Stewart has indeed pit. I'm assuming he got damage. Yeah, front wing change. That's unfortunate for Stewart. That it was looking to be a very clean battle until obviously the contact out of Kemmel. But let's see what else we've got here. As Bossmots just on the back of Athanasiou. Mediums of Bossmots versus the softs of Athanasiou. As there's an incident in Sector 2. Oh, and it's the Alpha Tauri of Niki Lauda. Not entirely sure what happened there, whether he... Oh, and he's... Yeah, no, that's not what you want. That's very harsh on Niki Lauda there. All he's tried to do is turn the car around, and it's disqualified him from the session for being the wrong way around. Obviously trying to return to track in a safe manner, and it's just not worked out for him. It's not what you want to see. But Lunatic Kai now, after that incident earlier, closing up to the back of Reliot, will have DRS coming down the Kemmel straight, so might be able to make a move. Is he going to do it? Oh, and Nexton's retired. Has there been contact between Nexton and Lux? Full safety car is out. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see it, as I just assumed that they were doing what they usually do in terms of letting, well, maybe not letting each other through, but just sort of trying to build the gap away from Xavi. Xavi's obviously inherited P2. Everyone moving up a position. But yeah, that's next and out. His first DNF of the season. Not entirely sure what happened, but it's not really what you want to see. But yeah, like I said, we do indeed have a safety car. First one of the evening. I say that as there could potentially be more, but Ideally not if we can help it, as this gives Lux the opportunity to pit. Is he going to go on? Is he going to go onto the hard tyres at this point? But yeah, at the time it's happened, it's essentially giving everyone a free pit stop. Lux is indeed on the hards. I would suspect that everyone that hasn't pitted yet is going to go in, or maybe everyone in general does. Everyone in the top 9's pitted. Has anyone stayed out? Boss Watts is staying out. How many positions is he going to gain is the question. Kai's just come out, so that's 4 positions gained for Boss Watts, I believe. I believe it was 10th. Good evening, Jack. You've come in at an sort of opportune but inopportune time. It's funny that you mentioned Kai because he's already nearly caused one. As him, Ricker, and Stuart decided to go 3 wide out of the Kemmel straight into that corner. Didn't exactly go well for Stuart. He lost a few places. And ended up pitting for a wing change. But I believe the guys at the back, like back 4, were so far down that it's allowed them to catch up to the back of the pack. But I don't think they pitted again. Let's just have a look. Oh no, Athanasiu, Stuart Foxy and Maridako all pitted again. Everyone else currently on 1 stop. Yeah, not sure what happened to Nexton. He was side by side with Lux and then he wasn't, but I'm waiting to see if anything gets said in chat about what actually happened. But yeah, I've got a feeling that Stuart will definitely want to report the earlier incident. Stuart definitely not happy bunny in the Div 2 chat. So yeah, we have Lux leading with Xavi having a very strong evening so far in 2nd. Mikey 3rd. So let's look at the. Yeah, Mikey making up 8 positions up to 3rd. The reserve from D3 having a really good evening. Evan in 4th. Kai in 5th, having started pretty much at the back following DNF early in qualifying. Only Cassell finished lower due to a disqualification. Boss Watts in 6th. Decent drive from him. Same for Elliott, just kept it clean mainly. Cassell last to 8th currently, following the aforementioned disqualification. Then we've got Rick Aguna, Stuart. Athanasiu had a good qualifying, but lap 1 contact has sent him to the back and sort of ruined his race from there. Same with Maridako, again had a good qualifying, was just behind Athanasiu, I believe, and yeah, something happened on lap 1 that caused Stuart Foxy and Maridako to pit early. But yeah, aside from that, nothing else has really gone on. We saw Nexton and Lux having a relatively fair battle up until that point. But yeah, I would imagine that the safety car will be in this lap, and then hopefully from there we have 12 laps of racing, no safety cars, just clean battling, all being well. But yeah, as I suspected, safety car is in this lap as everyone's bunched back together. For the bottom three, the recovery drive starts now. And the guys that have all had decent races up to now just hopefully keep having decent races and see where everyone ends up. Luck's not wanting to go just yet by the looks of things. He has gone now though. Doesn't look like he caught anyone out, as well. He's built up a little bit of a gap to Xavi, but not much more than he had. So we're underway again on lap 11. And Lux has about broken DRS already to Xavi. Obviously it's not activated yet following the safety car. But Mikey is using the slipstream, but can't quite... probably had a little bit of a look, but not enough to get past Xavi on this lap. We'll probably keep having a look periodically to see if he can make the move. As no more carnage has ensued following that safety car restart, which is ideal. So what can Kai do then? Looking at the back of Bosmos with some intensity. As Mikey has indeed got Xavi. Looks sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:45.1 on those relatively fresh hards. But Mikey having a phenomenal race so far. Up 9 positions, currently in second place. Almost side by side with Xavi for Rouge though. And Xavi has the pace to take second place back from Mikey. And keeps ahead out of the Kemmel Straight. Also very, very worthy of a mention that although drivers may have picked up a few warnings, there isn't currently any penalties to speak of, as we have another incident in Sector 2 and it's Bosmos going slowly. Not sure if there was contact or not. Wing looks intact, to me at least. Admittedly, I'm not the best at looking for any potential differences when it comes to wings, so maybe he just lost the car a little bit and obviously tried to keep out of everybody's way, as DRS is now enabled again following the safety car. So Bosmos is round again. Yeah, it looks like Bosmos just lost lost traction and has spun it, unfortunately. Not having a particularly good evening. Which is unfortunate to say, as Relic and Cassell going at it. For P6. As TGL Stewart is the first man to pick up a 3-second time penalty for track limits, and to be honest, if you'd have asked me to put money on it, I would have probably said Stewart. I hate to say it because he's my friend, but I would have put money on it on him being the first man to pick up a penalty. Unfortunately for him. But looks now just stretching his legs a little bit. Gap's currently up to roughly 2.5 seconds. 2.4, 2.5. As Bossbox pits again. 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. That's not what you want. As Kai in the top 5. All the way back from 15th. Very good recovery drive so far. Obviously got into it a little bit with Bricker and TGL Stewart, but based on that one viewing I had, I don't really think it was his fault. It was ahead of both cars going into the corner, so he had every right to be there. Stewart getting a bit wobbly. TGL Stewart, that is. Field's starting to spread out a bit again. A few still in DRS range, but not close enough to make a move. Athanasiou has made a few positions up following the safety car. Obviously has struggled to gain positions from the back after his lap 1 initial incident, but is currently on a low points paying position, as Kai has now made the move for P4 on Evan. Gap's currently just over a second to Mikey in P3. The question is he going to be able to close that gap and get past in these final 7 and a bit laps? As Evan's staying close behind. We've got Maridako following Guna through. Again, another player looking to has been looking to make up positions following a decent qualifying, but hasn't really worked out as of currently. Obviously, still a little bit of time to go, but unfortunately for Boss Mots, it doesn't look like his evening's going to amount to anything. Anything positive anyway. Of course, there's always the potential that I've just cursed that, and there could be another safety car and him blitz it, but you just never know. As Maradaka finally gets past Guna to make it P11 on the road, would currently get P10, as Evan is now taking the place back from Kai. Plenty of moves to be made on the Kemmel Straight, as we've already seen, and we'll continue to see over the next 6 laps or so. But I have to say though, this is I know there's obviously been a safety car to bring the pack back together, but this is still very close between everyone. Very impressive how close everyone is in terms of pace. Lux just doing Lux things out in front, just managing the race very well. Hopefully third time's a charm and he manages to take this race. Well, for himself really. Obviously two prior incidents have meant that while he's been in the lead of the race, he's not managed to take the race. I believe he crashed out at the first one, and then in Spain. Wait, was it Spain? Anyway, the second race, well, the second chance he had to put the race to bed and win it, he unfortunately overtook the safety car and couldn't get back in front of it in time. No, Silverstone, sorry, was the safety car incident last week, where he went to go pit under the safety car and overtook it too early and got disqualified for it as a result. So just didn't give it quite enough time. As Maradako now picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. So Stewart will definitely want to be past Maradako again, and then at least he's got an extra place he can keep. But a little chain forming on the back of Evan with Kai, Reliot, Cassell, Athanasio and Ricker slightly further behind, and then Maradaka and Stewart just starting to fall away from Maradaka. But Kai manages to take the position out of the bus stop chicane and has the DRS to pull away a little bit. Reliot gets down tries to go around the outside of Evan at turn 1, makes it stick. At La Source, that is, sorry. Upper Rouge, nothing doing. Does Kai have enough of a gap to Reliot to be able to keep it? I would think he does. Yeah, Reliot closes it, but nowhere near enough. Then through the sweepy section to start sector 2, just able to keep it relatively smooth. Everyone just closing back up to each other. A little bit anyway. as we've got roughly, well, four laps to go next time round. Is Relliot going to be able to challenge Kai into La Source? He's tucked in, nothing doing, but does pick up a 3-second penalty for cutting that curb for the third warning. And that's not what he wants at all, as he's going to drop a few positions for sure if it stays like this. As Lux now gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Does currently have the gap to Xavi, so it won't matter too much at the minute. But will still be in the back of his mind. As there is a lot of cars now behind Relliot, as he's took the position from Kai for P4 and now needs to build this gap to as many cars as he can. We'll be looking to drop to about P11 as Bosmots gains another penalty for track limits. I should say another penalty this time for track limits. I think he's only on 8 seconds. Yeah, he is only on 8 seconds. Just going from bad to worse really for Bosmots, unfortunately for him. As Kai looking for the switchback, side by side with Relliot into La Source, gets the move done. And what's happened to Athanasiou? Athanasiou and Maradako are caught together. Oh no, Cassell, sorry. I believe Maradako might have just been caught on the end of it. But that's another incident that Athanasiou's been embroiled in. As Evans made the move on Kai. Kai gets it back. I didn't see him around the outside there. But nevertheless, gets P5 back after losing it for a corner or two. Last couple of laps and everything spread out a little bit. Relliot not dropping as many positions as he thought now. As cars behind him have started to spread out a little bit. That gap that Lux had to Xavi has started to drop slightly, as I believe Athanasiou has spun again. So 2 laps to go then. Lux has roughly a 4-second gap to Xavi. It has dropped, the gap has dropped slightly, but it is increasing again. If Xavi can find that 1 second, it's another race win under his belt for this season. So I would imagine that he'll be pushing like hell to try and close this gap to Lux. And Lux has got to trust in his driving ability. Obviously, not get any more penalties, but just keep it on track and hope it sticks. As Kai once again retakes 4th position from Relliot. We'll be looking to drop to 8th currently, I believe. Brother Gunnar currently sat in 9th. And that would be as low as he dropped, I think. But now Elliott keeping up to the back of Kai, just trying to get him to drag him along as much as he can to get this gap. And now Kai's got a 3-second penalty. So if Elliott can get past Kai, that's another that's a position that he won't drop. And Kai's probably got that penalty at the worst possible time. Just over a lap to go here as we enter the final lap. Xavi's gap has unfortunately increased again to Lux, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to take that win. Obviously a spin could change all that, but Lux has been solid all the way through this race. But TGL Stewart now getting past Ricker for P7. Will currently drop to P9 with teammate Stuart Foxy sat in 10th. That's not going to do his championship hopes any good, only scoring 1 point. But luckily for him, his closest rival Nexton has DNF'd, and I believe that Xavi doesn't. There was already too big of a gap to Xavi to cover in one race, so by all accounts, Stuart Foxy will indeed keep his championship lead, but it will be significantly cut to 3rd place and Xavi. Well, sorry, actually, Xavi might take 2nd. Not entirely sure what the gap is, but Lux is your winner in Division 2. Xavi has come home in a very respectable 2nd place. As Mikey in 3rd, then Kai 4th, drops to 5th, Evan takes 4th, Ricker is 6th, Relly at 7th, Stuart 8th, Gunnar 9th, Stuart Foxy in 10th, Cassell just coming around the bus stop in 11th. Then the last few stragglers just coming through now. But yeah, Xavi has significantly cut the gap to the top 2 at least. 25 points the gap is to Nexton, so won't take 2nd place from Nexton. That is safe for now. But yeah, Xavi has put in a performance that definitely will cut the gap to the top 3. TGL Stewart driver of the day. He's had a very solid recovery drive, in fairness to him, but not my driver of the day. I will say that in a second. But nevertheless, Lux is your winner with 42 minutes 3 seconds .184. Xavi in 2nd, very solid drive. Mikey in 3rd, brilliant to come from 11th to 3rd. Being a reserve in from a lower division as well. Yeah, incredible. Evan in 4th, again, very solid race. Kai coming from the back, well, almost the back to get P5. Solid race, he'll be proud of that, I would have thought, or he should be at least. Ricker in 6th, obviously embroiled in that incident with TGL Stewart and Lunatic Kai, so we'll have to see what comes from that. Relly at 7th, TGL Stewart in 8th, Gunnar 9th, and Stuart Foxy rounds out the top 10 in 10th. Will have hurt a little bit finishing 10th, but should be able to just shake it off. It's still a point. If nothing else, then Cassell, Maridako, Bosmots, and Athanasiou are the rest of your finishers outside the top 10. Nexton DNFing after some sort of collision, and Nicky Lauda is the final runner. Okay then, my drive of the day. This is a difficult choice because Lux has been dominant. Xavi has also had a very good race despite not winning. Kai coming from 15 to take top 5 also got involved in that incident. Not entirely sure what happened to Nexton. So just in case Lux was embroiled in it, I don't want to make a judgment too early. Yeah, I'm gonna. Do I give it to Xavi? Yeah, I know Xavi's not been in an incident this evening, so for a solid P2 drive, second time in the high points. Apart from his race win in Austria, not been higher than 5th all season, and has managed to put it into P3 in the championship. So yeah, congratulations, Xavi. You are my driver of the day for tonight. And that is it for D2 Belgium this week. So be sure to tune back in tomorrow night for Division 1 with, I believe, Kieran on commentary. We've also got Division 3 tomorrow night. I will be reserving. And we have TGL Stewart on comms. So you've seen him race tonight. You'll be able to hear him commentate tomorrow night. And then it is the dynamic duo of Bogorowski and Nelboy to commentate Division 4 as usual on Thursday to round off the week. So I've been Havoc Connor. It's been a pleasure as always, and yeah, DTR will be back soon with more races for your faces. So see you later, everybody.